chose to visit today because of the importance that we attach to this state, not just as one of the largest oil producing states. I think you're only second to my own state, Delta State, in terms of crude oil and gas productions. But I stand to be corrected. I know how touchy that can be for some people. But I know that you are one of the, if not the most important crude oil producers in Nigeria. This committee, Senate Committee on Crude Oil Theft, was established just over 3 months ago with a sole mandate to discover or seek to establish the reasons why crude oil theft has persisted in the country, and to find or recommend solutions as to how it can be minimized or stopped. It is a very important national assignment. We had our first public hearing just last week, Thursday, where we received memorandums from various stakeholders. It is an assignment that we believe, with the support of the Excellency, the sole administrator, and all of you here, that we can get to the bottom of this menace, if I may use that word. We understand the difficulties. We understand the frustrations felt over the years in an effort to stop the practice. But what we have done as a committee is to engage the services of some consultants. 2 of them are here with us. We've been doing some work with them for the past 2 months. We have also been able to establish some level of successes, especially with regards to the activities, offshore activities. Not so much of onshore, but we know that the big time thefts, as it were, occurs within the international waters and within the international finance world. So as I said, we have been able to establish some meaningful progress. But there are also some local issues which we know that with your support we can make a headway. Excellency, we know your history, we know the role you played when you were Chief of Naval Staff, and well, whilst we commend you and congratulate you for your appointment as the sole administrator of this state, we know that you personally, you come with a lot of experience, and we know that you can and you will, having just chatted with you briefly, support this committee in discharging its duties.
I am deeply honored to welcome the chairman and distinguished members of the Senate Ad hoc Committee on Incessant Crude Oil Theft to Rivers State on this very important national assignment. Your presence here today is not only significant, but timely, as the issue you are addressing is at the heart of our nation's economic survival and stability. Let me begin by appreciating you, Mr. Chairman, and the entire membership of this committee for your patriotism and dedication to the task at hand. Your mandate, which includes visiting all oil-producing states and select oil terminals across the country, is vital to strengthening Nigeria's economic base, particularly at a time when the federal government is pursuing reforms to reposition the economy through improved oil production to drive increased revenue for the actualization of Mr. President's aggressive and bold infrastructural development initiative across our country. As a major oil-producing state, as you rightly pointed out, and home to several strategic oil and gas infrastructure, your visit is not only welcome, but necessary. And we are confident that your findings and recommendations will advance our national interest. Since assuming office here, we have made concerted efforts to stabilize the state. Rivers has remained largely calm, with minimal disruptions or threats to oil and gas infrastructure. We consciously improved intelligence gathering, surveillance, interagency coordination, and established structured engagements with traditional rulers and community stakeholders. Furthermore, we are in the process of developing a digital surveillance system tailored for oil assets monitoring and a safe city security architecture for Port Harcourt and the surrounding areas. Your visit today signals a clear understanding of the kind of partnership that is required between state and federal government in the shared goal of eliminating crude oil theft and securing our national wealth. I wish to assure you of our unflinching support and commitments of Rivers State government under my leadership to the federal government's drive to improve the country's economic fortunes. We stand ready to collaborate closely with your committee in ensuring that Rivers State remains stable, a stable and secure environment for oil production and national development. I had, as you rightly mentioned, the privilege of serving as Chief of Naval Staff, and I have first-hand experience with the dynamics of maritime security and the scourge of crude oil theft. And based on my experience and a careful review of the current security landscape, I would like to humbly offer a few observations and recommendations for your consideration. Firstly, according to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, up to 40% of crude oil losses are attributable to faulty metering systems. Prioritizing the installation of accurate, tamper-proof metering infrastructure is therefore very essential. Secondly, Nigeria possesses a global surveillance system, the Falcon Eye, operated by the Nigerian Navy, supported by a coastal radar network. Regular funding and maintenance of these systems are critical. Additionally, investing in similar systems to cover our backwaters will enhance surveillance over our inland waterways and creeks where most illegal activities occur. Thirdly, effective and timely prosecution of individuals involved in crude oil theft and other resource theft will serve as a strong deterrent and reinforce public confidence in the rule of law. Furthermore, continued investment in the capacity of the Nigerian Navy and other security agencies is necessary to improve the operational effectiveness, interdiction, and rapid response capabilities. I want to add also that crude oil theft and other forms of maritime crimes are transnational. Sustained regional collaboration is essential to tackle these threats effectively. In closing, distinguished Chairman and other members of the committee, I once again commend your commitment and the vital work this committee is doing. I also extend our appreciation to the leadership of the National Assembly for prioritizing this critical national economic asset. Thank you once again for your visit, and please be assured of our continued cooperation and support. God bless Rivers State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.